Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy TUSKO to the day. Mr. Flow So Good. Matsiba Totle, Mr. Skip Up my Watwat. You guys already know, man. And yes, I'm back with you guys with another YouTube video, but you guys know that it's not our normal YouTube video. If you've been on social media or, you've been on my Twitter, you guys already know that, last night, me and Cassper Nyovest had an altercation at the SA Hip Hop Awards. We were there to actually cover the whole event, and basically stuff went left. A lot has been said in the media about it. I've also said some stuff on Twitter, but I haven't actually come out on YouTube to actually, tell you guys that actually follow me what actually went down. Basically, the reason I'm doing this video really is because I think it's important for you guys who actually follow the channel to know the truth, because a lot of things is being said around, but if you guys that follow the channel know the truth, I'm actually good. If you guys know what actually happened, then everything is excellent. So basically, yesterday we go out to the SA Hip Hop Awards to cover the event as usual. You guys will know that every now and again we go out to cover some of these events, and basically we have a show called Don't Shoot the Messenger, where we basically ask questions that you guys as fans would like to know. And yeah, so we were out there doing interviews. We conducted a whole lot of interviews. It was a great night. We had a whole lot of good footage. And basically, after my interview with Ricky Rick, Cassper walked out of, the SA Hip Hop Awards venue. I believe he was probably leaving, or yeah, I think he was leaving because the event was more or less over. I basically bumped into him. And when we bumped into him, we basically asked him for an interview. He first said that no, he's in a hurry, and then after saying that he's in a hurry, he changed it again and said, nah, let's just do the interview real quick. He said, I'm giving you 2 minutes. So we start doing the interview. I basically congratulate him, on his award wins. And he basically just comes out talking to his fans, basically saying he's thankful for everything, the votes and all sorts of things, and then basically walks out of the interview. He walks out. I don't know what stops him after walking out of the interview, but he comes back. Doesn't necessarily come back to the interview. He was talking to someone there, but since he was next to me, I basically asked him, I'm like, yo, is the interview done? And he says, hey, you can just ask me 2 more questions. It's cool. So I asked him, or in fact, I congratulate him yet again. I'm like, yo, man, also, I noticed, there's a whole 10 million streams thing going on. Congrats on that. I think those are amazing numbers. Not at the exact wording, obviously. I don't remember the exact statements I said, but I just remember I was congratulating him about those streams. And I just remember I heard him saying records. And I basically said to him that, okay, what does he think about the fact that Risa basically says streams, because they didn't necessarily confirm records, they actually confirmed streams. They said streams or downloads. And from there it started going left, because he started asking me, yo, what you trying to do, why you messing up the interview. I think at some point he said next question, but after he said next question, he said, yo, what you trying to do? You're ruining the interview. The interview was good. Why are you asking me about that? And, basically started, flipped out and said, alright, I'm just thankful to all my fans. Sent them something like that. And then he said, you're a bitch. And basically walked out of the interview. And as he was leaving, I don't know what happened yet again. Came back on some, yo, I called a guy named Spike. Yo, Spike, take these dudes ish and break that camera. Break that camera. You guys should delete this footage. Why are you trying to be clever? Why are you trying to be clever? You think you're smart. You think you're smart. Break this footage. We'll break this camera. We'll buy him. We'll buy them a new camera. And basically that's what he was doing, the whole time. The Spike guy comes through, starts grabbing our equipment. Obviously we're a little confused on some, yo, what's happening. They start dragging the stuff. They're like, what the fuck did you do? Like, that's what Spike came in and said. Like, he said, what the fuck did you do? What the fuck did you do? You guys are crazy. I'm taking this shit. And I'm like, yo, man, why are you taking our equipment? Like, as a person, it's natural for you guys to react and start stopping people. Like, yo, this is our stuff, and this stuff is rented. You guys can't just drag stuff backstage and say you want to break it, because Cassper saying is gonna break it, and just break the camera. And then eventually, we'll delete the footage. Do you understand? Like, and they basically start pushing us. Bouncers come through, because when Cassper's saying what you're trying to do, obviously the bouncers are also pushing us on some, yo, what you trying to do. Also, they're saying the exact same thing as him. And these other guys are also dragging us. Spike keeps saying, yeah, let's go backstage. Let's go backstage. So as we were approaching backstage. In fact, we'd opened the door to backstage, actually going in, because now we're following Spike, just basically saying, yo, leave the camera alone, because our fear is that he's going to break it. We get backstage, and as we get backstage, I realize, I'm surrounded by close to like 6, 7, or 8 bouncers all around me, basically. And Cassper's getting confident now. Like, if you thought he was pushing me outside, basically saying I think I'm clever, now that we're backstage, I'm really getting pushed on, like, what you think you're doing? Break that shit, Spike. Break that. I mean, and I'm quoting him. That's what we're saying. And he basically starts pushing me a little more vehemently. I realize if we go further backstage, I might get to a corner somewhere and start getting beaten up. And also just me being a human and realizing that this guy is trying to break our stuff, and this is actually a fight, and people have been pushing you the whole time till you got backstage. I also start turning up a bit, and I'm like, what's your problem, dude? You arrogant. I start also pushing him back, and that starts happening. Osmic comes in, and basically saying, yo, he comes in and he turns up on me on some, what the fuck are you trying to do? What the fuck are you trying to do, Totin? And that type of thing. And the bouncers, they're on Cassper's side. Everybody, the people that work for the Sahars, Cassper's bouncers, everybody is pushing me, my cameraman on the other side is busy with Spike, because Spike was busy with the camera. I'm busy, working out the situation of being pushed and bouncers pulling me back and realizing that I might get beaten up here. He's busy on the other side with Spike, just basically saying, yo, let me delete the footage in front of you. And he more or less deletes Cassper's interview. He deletes Cassper's interview, but Cassper comes out, and I quote, Cassper said this. He says, yo, they lying. Some of the footage is there. Some of the footage is there. They lying. Break that shit, Spike. And eventually, cause that guy, what's his name, Osmic, or yeah, the one of the event organizers, he comes there, is like, yo, he basically starts dragging us and saying, yo, let them take whatever they want to take and let them go. And we eventually give him the memory card, because we are trusting Osmic, right? We are trusting him because he's one of the event organizers, that at least he might be on our side, realizing the fact that we're being wronged. But he says, yo, Cassper and them, they should take the memory card, delete their footage, and bring our stuff back. And he takes us to a room at the back, and obviously we're realizing if we go further backstage with Cassper, we're gonna get beaten up out there. So might as well follow what the instruction that we're being told. So we're taken to a back room, basically. I think it was a dressing room. Taken to a dressing room there, with the camera already messed up, because as Spike was dragging it, obviously Cassper was saying he must break it, so he's been breaking it. Basically, that's what he's been doing. He's been trying to break it as he's been going and dragging it and so on. So we're trying to pick up the pieces of whatever camera is left. Microphones have been flying high since me and Cassper were shoving each other. The microphone just flew. So I don't even know what was happening with that. And then we're backstage. They make us wait there, and I want you to hear this out. They make us wait there for an hour. I go out of that room. I go and look for this Osmic guy, and I tell him, and I'm like, yo, it cannot take an hour for Cassper to delete one video. And he says, yo, they're just gonna delete their footage and then they're gonna bring your stuff back. He promises this. He says, yo, they're in some car that side. Please don't try and look for them because it's gonna be a fight. I kind of understand that. I'm like, they're also trying to avoid a fight. I don't want to fight, so it's like, okay, fine. Let's wait. They make us wait for a whole hour, or it might have been even more. They make us wait for a whole hour before they come back with the memory card. The memory card comes back. We go to the car. We check that thing on the laptop, and the memory card is empty. All the footage of the night is gone. There's nothing there. It's not like Cassper deleted his footage or a few other he deleted everything. So the memory card is not there. We don't have any interviews that we did on the night. And like I'm saying, for everybody that's been saying that I'm doing this for publicity or I'm lying, there are pictures I posted on Instagram as the SA Hip Hop Awards were going on. There are pictures I posted on Twitter. There are pictures these were pictures on Facebook also. These were pictures of me doing interviews with Stogie T, with DJ Speedster, with Gigi Lamaine. All these are pictures of me talking to them, right? Why? And you guys on this channel know, if I do an interview with someone, less than 24 hours, that thing is going to be uploaded. So ask yourselves, why is there no, interviews being uploaded at this point? Why don't you have any interviews? Clearly, the footage was deleted. So Cassper's people deleted the interview, and they were basically intimidating us and intimidated us, and basically, in fact, it was assault. If you know the whole definition, the law definition of assault, because if you push someone and trying to force them to follow whatever you are saying must be followed, you're basically assaulting them. And not just Cassper, but also some of the Sahar security people. It was basically assault, and after that, obviously, our heads are confused. We try finding Tili's number. We try getting in contact with him, at least, to hear what happened. That doesn't work out. Eventually, we decide, yo, man, we'll just speak to the lawyers in the morning, hear what they have to say about the whole situation. And yeah, we've spoken to some of the lawyers. They basically said they're gonna write them a letter of demand, basically telling them that they need to pay back. They need to pay for the damages that they caused, also for the humiliation and some of the things that we suffered at their hands. So basically, Bafete, I'm telling you guys this because you guys are really what matters to me, the guys that follow this channel. And all the people that are on the robust websites, people that follow that and that have liked that page, that is really the people that really matter. Everything else that is said on Twitter and all these other things is just noise. Yeah, and a lot of it has no truth to. You cannot say that I am attention seeking by coming out and telling you the truth. You cannot say I'm attention seeking by doing that. I think we need to stop with the victim blaming. When somebody comes out and tells you that a person was basically intimidating them, assaulting them for doing their job, this is not Cassper's equipment. This is not Cassper's people's equipment. It's not their interview. Do you understand what I mean? If you gave us an interview, you've given us an interview, and you have no right to actually start grabbing people's stuff and saying it must be broken. I don't want to say any further because I might say things that are wrong. But hopefully you guys get more clarity on the situation, on what happened. And yeah, hopefully, I don't know, man. It was sad because, Cassper was one of my idols. So for me, it was really sad to see that the first meeting, I mean, I've met him before, but like the first time we actually speak, it's one of those situations whereby it's like, it gives me another picture of him. But I'm not going to say anything else. But you guys leave me a comment letting me know what you think about this situation. Please, let's keep it friendly. Let's not run around just saying things that are negative or, attacking people that give out their views in the comment section. But leave me a comment and definitely subscribe. Awesome.